Carlos, another huge day for the offense. When you look at what's happened over the last 3 to 4 weeks, what is the biggest through line that has turned this around?
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of guys playing with confidence now, trusting each other. 1 through 9, it feels like, yeah, we got the big guys at the top of the lineup, but especially guys at the bottom. And today was a perfect example of, with Torrens getting that huge 3-run homer there with 2 outs, Beatty having a really good night again, guys getting on base. Jeff, another good night. So I think it's just 1 through 9. It's a pretty good offense. Guys controlling the strike zone and then, doing damage when we have to.
As you continue to get to know Nolan McLean, when you see a night like tonight where he doesn't have it in the first and then bounces back like that, what does that show you?
Yeah, another impressive outing from him. We also how that first inning, especially the sweeper and the curveball. The way he's able to spin it, he didn't have command of those pitches. A couple of walks, then they got him with a couple of singles there, and then that's what you call pitching and understanding that you have to make adjustment and find a way to get through 5-6 innings, and he was able to do that. I thought he attacked, and then once we got the lead, he continued to stay on the attack. He went to the sinker when he needed to, the changeup when he needed to, and then continued to mix in some of those sweepers, the curveball, and he goes out there, and before you know it, you look up and it's 6 innings, and he's giving you a chance to win a baseball game. Another really good sign for a kid that is just making his 4th start here at the big league level.
Yeah, because that really says a lot, doesn't it? Gives up 2 runs. He had only given up 2 runs in the 3 previous games. It'd be easy to let your head spin and kind of let it go down the drain, but he got it together, and that tells you a lot. What does that tell you?
He shows a lot of maturity there. A guy that he looks like he's got a pretty good feeling idea of what he's trying to do there on the mound. When he's got so many weapons, and on a night where he's 2 of the plus pitches that he got, he's kind of like struggling to find command. He's able to let me use some of the other pitches, and then once we get the lead, recognizing that I got to stay on the attack, I got to get ahead, and he found a way. Like, that's pretty impressive. It's not easy to do for a 24-year-old, and here he is, just continue to show all of us what he's capable of.
And Torrens also is a part of that, right?
Yeah.
And he throws out a couple guys, and he gets the homer. Talk about his contribution.
Yeah, Louis, he's been solid for us back there. I know it's been hard, it's been a struggle for the past couple of months, especially when he got to play every day. But, his at-bats continue to be really good, and then just being on the same page. And then you got to give him credit to find a way to get Nolan today through 6, continue to stay on the attack, continue to use all of his pitches. And I thought they were all on the same page, and it was good to see that.
Nolan, what was the adjustment that you and Louis were able to make after that first inning?
I think after the first inning, I noticed I wasn't throwing many off-speed pitches for strikes, especially bigger spin like sweepers and curveballs. So we started to attack with some harder velo pitches, 4 seams, 2 seams, even the changeup started to find its place there.
What are your thoughts on, or I guess I should say, what is your confidence level on all 6 of your pitches, and how much does it allow you to kind of change the game plan on the fly when you've got that many weapons?
Yeah, confidence is high. Started to lose confidence in the sweeper and curveball early just because I wasn't throwing it for strikes. And then once I got in a groove there, I figured I'd go back and try it again, and ended up having them later in the game.
Once you guys get that huge lead, how does that change anything the way you pitch?
Yeah, my goal was to be aggressive from the start, and I was a little bit erratic early, so it definitely helps confidence-wise getting back in the zone knowing we got such a good lead.
Talk about how you worked with Torrens, when you were trying to find answers, and also what he provided you with his bat.
Yeah, first time throwing to him in a game, and he called a great game. He noticed pretty quickly that I didn't have some of the stuff, so we resulted to a little more 4-seam, 2-seam changeup type of combo. And then once we got ahead in the probably 3rd through 5th inning, started going back to the sweeper and curveball to get some swing and miss. And then, the whole lineup, top to bottom, was just on their game again tonight.
What's it like for you watching this lineup day after day put up these kind of numbers?
Yeah, I'm glad they're on my team. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's nine really tough outs for the opposing pitchers every time we go out there.
Well, and when you say you don't have the curveball and the sweeper early, and then you go back to them and they were there, Are there any adjustments that you make in the interim, or does that just happen where you go away from it for a little bit and then for whatever reason they've just clicked back into place?
Yeah, a lot of times throwing fastballs get me right back on track. Once I start locating my heater, I'm able to kind of find that feel in my hand again to start manipulating other pitches.
Nolan, Carlos said before the game that expectations have been through the roof for you. How do you not allow that to affect you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going out there and trying to compete, trying to give my team the best chance I can to win, and try to get as many outs as I can possibly get in the baseball game.
What did you learn about yourself tonight? When your head could have been spinning and things could have unraveled, but they didn't. You kept it down.
Yeah, I mean, I was proud of the way I competed. Obviously, first inning didn't go the way I wanted, but I had trust in my stuff, and I knew if I could find some pitches later in the game, I was going to be tough to hit.
Luis, what you think about McLean tonight?
¿Qué tú pensaste de McLean? Excelente, de verdad que bastante sorprendente todo lo que ha hecho en tan corto tiempo aquí, de ver los ajustes que hace y bueno, encantado de tenerlo aquí.
He was excellent today. He still surprises me to see what he's being able to do, the adjustments that he's been able to make. But he's just been excellent since he's been up here.
What strikes you about his competitiveness?
Como él compite, ¿qué sobresale de eso?
Bueno, yo creo que su actitud que tiene en el montículo, tú le ves que siempre va para allá a competir y la preparación que tiene de Grandes Ligas de Superstar.
You know, it's the attitude that he has when he's on that mound. He's always out there trying to compete. But yeah, he has that attitude and that flair of a superstar.
Tell us about your home run.
No, bueno, siempre agradecido con Dios, ¿sabes? Por darme la oportunidad de ayudar al equipo y nada, seguir buscando los buenos contactos.
You know, I'm grateful to God for that, to be able to help the team out in that way, and just to be able to continue to make contact and have the success that I've been having.
You go the other way.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Pete, what's been the biggest difference in this offense for the last 3 to 4 weeks?
I think we're doing a really good job of capitalizing on pitches in the zone. I think we're recognizing hanging breaking balls really well. I think we're doing damage on heaters really well. I just think we're doing a really good job of kind of letting those borderline pitches go and making pitchers pay when they come over the heart of the dish.
You know what it's like to come up as a young player and make a pretty big impact. From your perspective, what has stood out to you the most? What's been the most impressive about Nolan McLean here?
I think just like the day-to-day stuff and the commitment to his process. Obviously, what he's doing on the field is great and awesome, and it's helping us win, which is awesome. But I'm actually like really thoroughly impressed with his day-to-day process, like the stuff that no one really sees, like on day 1, 2, 3, and 4 between starts. I know everyone's going to be talking about all the great stuff he's doing on the field, which is for sure warranted. But how he's going about his business, the day-to-day, it's super impressive, and that's the reason why he's able to do what he's been able to do on the field. So huge kudos to that. I mean, he's been a pro since he's come up, and there's no doubt why. Like for me, seeing him go about his business, there's no shock and awe on why he's finding success. So when he throws a rock, he's got poise, he's got grit, obviously the stuff to match that. So really impressed so far with his first few starts.
You've got the barrage going with your first home run. Talk about that home run.
I just saw a 3-0 heater over the middle of the plate. Just
Right down the plate.
saw it in my area and let it fly.